Hello, I'm your host with the mustache, Henry R. Mockingbird.
I'm Gary.
And today, considering Christmas is nearby, we are going to look at Laurel and Hardy's Babes in Toyland. So, let's get this review going. The movie is about Stanley D and Ollie Dunn, played by Laurel and Hardy, who are renting a room in Mother Peep's shoe, who can't seem to pay her mortgage. So, Stanley D and Ollie Dunn blackmail the landlord, Silas Barnaby. What do I think? Well, I'll tell you. The movie is superb, delightful, and very good. The movie was made by Hal Roach, and if you remember my 1 million years BC review, he's also responsible for making Laurel and Hardy films and the original Little Rascal films. First, let's talk about the characters. First, there's Stanley D and Ollie Dunn, played by the legendary Laurel and Hardy, who are pretty much the stars of the movie. And unlike Wheeler and Woolsey and Rio Rita, Stanley D and Ollie Dunn actually do things that affect the plot. And then there's Bo Peep, played by Charlotte Henry, who's quite cute in the role. You may remember Charlotte Henry from my Alice in Wonderland review. Then there's Tom Tom, who's your classic love interest. And then there's the Toy Master, who's grouchy as all hell and is mean. He's a character who I felt was done a lot better in the remakes. Even the Three Little Pigs appear, and their theme song made it. Listen.
That pig may be piggish, but he sure isn't piggish about his smile.
The Cat and the Fiddle appears, and if you ask me, the costume isn't half bad. It's almost as good as the Cowardly Lion's costume. Speaking of Wizard of Oz, is it just me or does Mother Goose look like she borrowed her hat from the Wicked Witch of the West? Even Mickey Mouse made it. Mickey Mouse is actually a monkey dressed up as Mickey Mouse. Then there's Silas Barnaby, who's an old miser and a skinflint. He's also a kind of snidely Whiplash-like villain.
The way Snidely Whiplash was up to his favorite pastime, tying women to railroad tracks.
In the fact that he kind of comes off cliche and one-dimensional. He's not really given much of a motivation of what he does other than he's mean, and there's not really much of a reason why he wants to marry Bo Peep other than she's pretty. All he needs is a mustache to twirl. That's literally how cliche he is. He's another character who I felt was done a lot better in the remakes. Is it just me or does Little Jack Horner look like Jethro from the Beverly Hillbillies? And even Santa Claus appears, which is how you know this is a Christmas film. And then there are the notorious boogeymen. The makeup isn't half bad, but I think Hal Roach needed Jack Pierce to do this makeup.
I wonder if those crocodile rock.
Next are the wooden soldiers, which are created using stop motion. The stop motion was done by Roy Seawright, who also did the creature effects for 1 million years BC. But unfortunately, we don't get a fight scene between a dwarf alligator and a lizard.
That is only a step down for you. It's a step up for animals' rights activists.
And while the stop motion isn't the kind of job Ray Harryhausen probably would have done, it's still rather impressive.
One question. If the movie called Base in Toyland, then why your VH cover say March of the Wooden Soldiers?
Well,
there's a good reason.
just like with 1 million years BC, this is another movie that also has a few alternate titles. Besides March of the Wooden Soldiers, it's also called Laurel and Hardy in Toyland and Revenge is Sweet.
Now that's what I call sweet revenge.
Don't you just love it when a movie can't decide what it's called? The movie was supposed to be an animated film made by Walt Disney, but RKO ended up giving the rights to Hal Roach. Well, it wouldn't be the first time Disney would try to make a feature-length film before Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The movie is based on an operetta by the same name by Victor Herbert. Some of the songs are actually rather good, like Never Mind Bo Peep. There's the song There's a Castle in Spain. And then there's the song Go to Sleep. And then there's the theme song and my personal favorite, Babes in Toyland. I talked about most of the ups of the film, but what are the downs of the film? Well, to be honest, there aren't any. Well, until the next review, this is Henry R. Mockingbird, your host with the mustache, signing off. I give the film 5 stars. Do not forget to comment down below, push like and subscribe, and ring bell for new contact. If you'd like to request an old school movie on this show, please do so by requesting it in the comments.